the Rockets. For Miami, they're on the road in a hostile arena. They know they can grab a win in this environment, and their chance to prove it starts now. Rockets. Heat only on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. On the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Jimmy Butler.
And right now, he's in one of those grooves where he has a tremendous feel for the game. His assist numbers these past 5 look a lot different than from the rest of the season. And by different, I mean better.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo is a first-time All-Star in 2020. He was the 14th pick in 2017. And he said, whoever gets drafted, you want to play the right way. My situation was different. I had to sit. You gain experience and reps during practice. Once you get to do it in the game, the leash gets longer and you get to become who you want to be. Kevin, he's become one of the best young big men in the league.
All right, thank you, David. Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
So here's Miami's starting group. In the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. Hero out there with Robinson. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Rockets, all out there with Oladipo. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Tate in at the 3.
And right there, I like how Adebayo takes his time, scans the floor, makes the unselfish play.
Wall, no luck. And it's Adebayo with the ball for Miami. It's a 3-point game. Heat moving the ball around. Here's Hero. He had 15 points last outing. Inside, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And with an excellent understanding of the game, Olynyk is able to find open teammates.
Oladipo against Robinson. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Oladipo.
The combination of shooting and speed Oladipo provides this team is invaluable. And his hunger to keep getting better, also impressive.
Now, here's Butler. 26 points for him last game against New York. That one drops for him.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Because he's someone that you lean on at the offensive end. Establish him early.
Here's Wall. He's coming off a 25-point game against New Orleans.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Here's Hero. Following the basket by John Wall. Outside Butler. The pass to Hero. Just 5 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off. Robinson for 3. The shot misses. Nice D from Oladipo. Tate defended by Butler. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. The game now all time.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Hero. Following the score by Houston. Robinson dishes to Butler. Shoots over Tucker. The Rockets pull it in.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And as much as he commands attention on the court, Jimmy Butler content to skip the spotlight when he's off it.
You know, GA, nothing has come easy in his career for Jimmy Butler. All he does is puts his head down and works and works and works. And because of that work ethic, he has become an all-star. Love watching his progression.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Oladipo. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Here's Hero. Some good scoring numbers for him right now, averaging 17 points a game.
A moment to check out Bam Adebayo here. Just an incredible month of basketball. Averaging 21 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's versatile. He's prolific. There really isn't much a defense can do once he catches fire.
A nice shot by Wall.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Heat trail by 5. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Butler. They can't stop the run with that one.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Left side, Wall. Here's Tucker. Basket good.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And it was one of those games where it was just hard to get anything going. And you could see frustrations emerge.
But hey, a win is a win. Sometimes you're not going to play your best, so you have to just gut it out, right?
With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a look at this season's stingiest defensive teams. Fifth best, the Rockets.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. Here's Hero. Pass to Olenek. Here's Hero. 4 on the shot clock. Will it go?
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Wall, good.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Here's Hero. Outside Butler. Pass to Adebayo. Deep 2 from Robinson. And it falls over the rim and in. Robinson's got his second basket of the night. And so it's Houston with it. They lead by 7. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we overanalyze things. Can be better to just let it go.
So it's Miami now. after the three-pointer from Victor Oladipo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Doesn't get any higher percentage than this. Adebayo is ferocious when he gets it in close.
Right side wall. No good with the layup. The Heat trail by 8. Here's Hero. Fires from deep. Cousins pulls it in. And so Cousins will bring it up for Houston. Back to Oladipo. Passes it to Cousins. Banked in off the glass.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
Here's Hero. Outside Butler. Jacks up a three. And Oladipo pulls it down.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Goes up from the top of the key. Rebound by the Heat. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
This is going to be a fun first game between these two squads. Buckle up.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Hero passes to Robinson. Dishes to Butler. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
If you're defending Jimmy Butler, you got to hit him harder than that.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Gordon against none. Got a piece of it. There's the pass to McLemore. Back to Kurucs. 5 on the clock. Gordon outside, and the rejection by Iguodala.
And Iggy demonstrating his trademark defense yet again. Just a sensational shot blocker.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
The Heat trail by 10. Now Dragic. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And it's blocked by Gordon. McLemore inside the line. And it's Dragic with the rebound. There's the lob to the hoop. The dunk by Achua.
Beautiful vision to find the open man. Gordon leading by example.
Houston leading by 8. Gordon with it. 23 points for him the last game against New Orleans.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
For Miami, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Here's Dragic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And Goran Dragic last season coming off the bench for the first time in his 8 years in the league really excelled in that 6-man role.
He did. He's a guy who creates his own offense. He's also a guy who can organize the reserves and keep things flowing. All about finding ways to continue to flourish, and he did it.
first one falls for him.
Well, he was a champion in Italy. We see what Dragic has done in the NBA. He's had a solid career, and he's still evolving.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Rockets leading by 9. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And here is Harkless. No points in the game yet for him. Now, here's Nunn. With the teardrop, got a hand on it.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Here's Gordon. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. No good on that one. And Miami the other way now. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Iguodala. The shot missing. Gordon with the defensive effort. Brown with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Brown kicks to Gordon. That one goes. Count it. And the Rockets lead by 11.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Now, here's Achua. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Sharing is caring. Goran Dragic can get a shot almost anytime he wants, but finds a better one for his teammate.
None against Gordon. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Dragic. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 14 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
That free throw good from Eric Gordon. David Nwaba is checked in for Houston. All free throws good from Eric Gordon. The Heat trail by 11. Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Harkless the pass to Dragic. Here's Nunn. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 3 assists in the game. Rockets leading by 8. Outside Gordon. Pass to Nwaba. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. He can't hit that time. And the Heat going the other way now. 1:02 left to play here in the first. Outside Dragic. Now, Nunn. An 11-point game for him in the win against New York. The steal. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Nwaba. Buries it down low.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
The Heat trail by 10. Dragic kicks to Nunn. 27 seconds left to play in the first. McLemore with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Shot by Gordon, wide open. And it's Miami with the rebound. And here's Dragic. can't hit from in close. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. Right back after this break. And we spoke with Jimmy Butler not too long ago about his teammates.
These guys work so hard, and they're young, and they're professional with it, that you're planting that seed early, so they can only get better, and they're learning, and they're gaining confidence because they're playing so well. So with me being here with these guys, we're special.
Greg, it sounds like Butler has found happiness.
You know, people don't talk enough about fit. It's important to be in an organization and a system that maximizes your abilities. Butler is playing some of the best ball in his life and making everyone around him better.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
They've got McLemore. He's out there with Gordon, and it's House in at the four-man position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Dragic dishes to Harkless. Takes the 3. Miami with a new 14. Dragic with a wide open look. Off target from outside. Houston leading by 10. Here's Mwaba. Another miss by Houston. Dragic against Gordon. And he's going up for the alley-oop. A dunk by Achua.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
You have to give credit to the defenses, protecting the rim, closing out hard. This one's been a grind.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Caruch. P.J. Tucker comes in for Danuel House. And it's John Wall in for McLemore. And it's Wall with the ball for the Rockets. And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, he kicks it to Gordon. Pass to Cousins for 3. No good on that one. Now the Heat take it the other way. Dragic left side. And he gets the bucket.
That was good defense, but better offense by Goran Dragic, shooting with a hand in his face.
All taking his time here. Comes up empty here. That puts him at 3 for 6. The Heat trail by 5. Adebayo passes to Dragic. Back to Adebayo. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic.
Nice shot from Bam there, embracing any opportunity he gets to score in close.
Dragic against Wall. Over Dragic. The Rockets again can't hit. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Butler, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Houston.
Jimmy Butler used his body and muscle well to get the foul call.
The Heat shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
The free throw drops for Butler.
He's not like a lot of superstars. Jimmy Butler will call you out if you're on his team. All he wants to do is win.
Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for the Rockets. The Heat also changing it up. Olynyk, he's checked in for Achua. Duncan Robinson comes in for Kendrick Nunn. And it's Tyler Hero in for Goran Dragic. And so Butler nails both of them. Houston in the lead. Now here's Wall. 6 points for him. Stolen. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Hero. And the rejection by Cousins.
All over that one. DeMarcus gets himself in position, times the block beautifully.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Hero, no good. Houston leading by 3. Here's Wall. Off the left rim and out.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Puts it up for Adebayo, and Adebayo throws it down.
Wonderful play. With that long wingspan and huge hands, Adebayo catches and finishes with ease.
Oladipo, the pass to Cousins. And here's Wall outside. Robinson pulls it in.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Butler on the wing. Lets it go with a 3. The Rockets pull it in. Here's Nwaba. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Outside, Wall. Six to shoot. Tucker dishes to Oladipo. Now Adebayo. He had 19 points in the win against New York.
And his shot blocking helped as well. Those 2 blocks he had were big for them. Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
And you talk about guys who play with that chip on their shoulder. Bam Adebayo has not forgotten he was cut from the U.S. national team in 2019.
And Greg, in fact, he told those close to him they will pay a little extra motivation, fuel for the fire.
Here is Robinson after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Here's Hero. Wants to get it to Butler and does. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Butler's got 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
All with it. Floats one up. He lays it in. Wall's got 8.
He seems to have just lost his touch. Only 1 for his first 5 here in the quarter.
And here is Robinson. He has 5. Back to Butler. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That is his first foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. To the middle. Here's Hero. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And Oladipo kicks to Wall. That shot no good. Now the Heat take it the other way. In transition, here comes Miami. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. He's got 8.
Look at Bam finishing strong, making sure the defense can't stop the break.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Hey fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Make some noise!
to look at the numbers for Jimmy Butler. He's averaging 19 points per game, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Now here's Wall. He's got 8. Olynyk with the steal. Here's Hero. Passes it to Butler. Yep, that one goes in there. And now a 3-point Heat lead.
Wow, the strength of Jimmy Butler fends off defenders well when he goes up to score.
Wall attacking. And Wall with the slam.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
Now here is Robinson. 5 points in the game. Back to Butler. 4 on the clock. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's Oladipo. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Yeah, this is light work for Oladipo. If the D doesn't force him out of that area, they're done.
Here's Hero. To the paint. Deflects the pass. Here's Adebayo. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
Ball passes to Oladipo. Now here's Tucker. Kicks the Wall. Brown outside. From the arc. And good. Coming off the assist by Wall. Brown's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
And the pass to Hero. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Wall's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
They now take the lead. And it's a 3-point Rocket lead.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Here's Hero. 3-pointer. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss. Rockets leading by 3. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Oladipo. Wall's got 15.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
Here's Hero. Here's Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Brown wide open. He fires. Off target with his 3.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Butler, no good. And for Houston, they're shooting with 42% accuracy in the second quarter. Brown outside. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Kept alive. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Butler.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. Fifth best, the Rockets.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 6. Good.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Pass to Nunn. It's rebounded by McLemore. Rockets leading by 3. Right side, Gordon. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Iguodala, the pass to Achua. Iguodala outside. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And he lobs it up toward the rim. The dunk by Achua.
What a find by Dragic. Coming off the pick and roll, hitting his man, has the ability to make that pass with either hand.
Now here's Gordon. 10 points for him. Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound. Outside Dragic. Over Gordon. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They've held a 12-point lead early. From 17 feet out, John Wall getting it done for the Houston Rockets. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style. Jimmy, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. You like that word, Kenny?
You know
it's
what?
It's a dandy.
My third grade teacher used to say that all the time.
That you're a dandy.
So this is a dandy of a class.
It is. And this is a dandy of a show. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, Shaquille O'Neal.
So what's a dandelion?
Well, basically, that's what the class was.
A really cool lion.
Got it.
It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He ended up with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's really stood out for them to this point. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
I think it was their passing that's kept them in the game. You can see it in their assist numbers. They were very, very unselfish. The ball moving from side to side. Guys making good cuts. It's enabled them to create a lot of chances. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Heat, Butler and Olynyk, the forward duo. Robinson is out there with Hero. And it's Adebayo in its center. Oladipo for three. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Well, opponents worry about Oladipo's quickness attacking the basket, which really helps him create good looks from the perimeter.
Here's Hero. Three-pointer, Butler. Rockets with the rebound. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Tate. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. First free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Outside, Wall. Houston moving the ball around. Knocked away. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Rockets leading by 8. Now, here's Oladipo. Just 5 on the clock. From the line. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Robinson.
And Bam Adebayo demonstrating a refined skill set that belies his nickname. Over 5 assists per game. He's a creator, not just a finisher.
And it's the Heat on the break. Fires from 18. Rockets with the rebound. Cousins has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Right side, Wall. And there's the feed to Tucker. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk. Oladipo outside. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Oladipo's got 18 points. And the Heat have given Adebayo the leeway to rip and run, baby. Make things happen.
And Kevin, an unselfish player who loves to pass. Even back in high school, playing with lesser talent, he made sure to find the others.
Robinson kicks to Adebayo. Butler on the wing. Guarded by Tucker.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Ball against Butler. Cousins inside. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The Heat trail by 10. Butler on the wing. Guarded by Oladipo. Butler kicks to Robinson. Now Adebayo. 10 points for him. Miami no good on that time either.
Missed 4 straight shots now. At one point, do you have to call a timeout and regroup?
Robinson against Oladipo. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Tate. And it goes down 2 points. And it's a 12-point Rocket lead. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Butler feeling out of it. Pass to Hero. It's Robinson, top of the key. 5 to shoot. Adebayo kicks to Robinson. Here's Hero. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Tate defended by Butler. Passes it to Oladipo. And Adebayo sends it back.
This shot can't get past Bam. His reach is just too much.
And the Rockets making a change here. Waba's checked in. Now a timeout called by Houston. Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year. Victor Oladipo, 4th.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten them through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
You'll never find any of those guys sitting back and letting their guard down for a single moment. That's for sure. They're out there looking for every opportunity to make an impact defensively.
Here's Mwaba, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Mwaba's got the lead up to 14 now for the Rockets. Here's Hero. The pass to Olynyk. Can they get it? And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Olynyk's got his first bucket of the night. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Rockets have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. The Heat making a switch here. Dragic is checked in. That's good from Oladipo. Dragic with it. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Pass to Hero. The dish to Butler. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And checking out some numbers for Wall. He's been a factor for them over the last month, putting up about 18 points per, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
It's not the monster game that we see from him occasionally, but it's still incredibly impressive.
And the first one drops. Achua, he's checked in for Olynyk. And so Butler nails both of them. And here are the Rockets. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Pass to Nwaba. Oladipo, left side.
And there's that scorer's mentality that Oladipo possesses, which really puts the defense in a bind trying to stop him.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. fairly standard numbers.
That free throw good from Oladipo.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Kendrick Nunn, he's checked in for the Heat. Oladipo hits them both. And here's Dragic. He dishes it to Butler. Right wing. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up. That one off the back iron and out.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Rodion Kurucs, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Gordon in for Victor Oladipo. Now here's Wall. Here's Mwaba. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Loads it up for Adebayo. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Here's Wall. He's got 15. Here's Cousins. Kurucs passes to Cousins. Tries again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And this is what you like about Cousins. Has the power, has the length, but then has these crafty little moves like that up fake.
For Houston, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
At the line for 2.
The first one falls.
One of the more controversial players in the game. What's amazing through all the scrutiny is the consistency of Cousins' production.
McLemore's checked in for David Mwaba. And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. Here's Dragic. Pass to Achua. Inside, here's Adebayo. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Adebayo. And that one drops.
You're going to have to foul Bam a lot harder than that if you want to prevent the N1.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And really a big factor in their win last time out was his work at the line.
Daniel House has checked in for the Rockets. Sterling Brown comes in for John Wall. The Heat also with a sub. Iguodala's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good. Adebayo.
Bam Adebayo has been fairly solid from the line throughout his career.
Gordon against Nunn. Now the pass to McLemore. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Goran Dragic. This is his first free throw of the game.
And the free throws have been dropping for him at a rate of about 77% on the season.
First free throw is good. And McLemore drops them both. Now here's Dragic. Pass to Achua. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Here's Gordon. 10 points for him. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Andre Iguodala.
Have to be very careful when you're guarding Gordon. He's adept at putting pressure on the defense.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And that 82% free throw percentage this season must have him feeling pretty good about himself at the line.
A free throw good from Eric Gordon. And Miami making a change here. Harkless is checked in. All free throws good from Eric Gordon. Here's Dragic. Pass to Nunn. The three. The shot will not fall. So Houston will take it the other way. Up top, Brown. Defended by Harkless. Brown feeling it out a bit. Passes it to Karuch. Pocket 6. But they'll get another chance. Gordon kicks to McLemore. The pass to Brown. Misses off the right iron. The Heat trail by 14. Nunn wide open. No good on the three.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Outside Gordon. Back to Brown. Iguodala with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Whenever Andre gets loose on the break, you have to reward him. Great job running the floor, one of the best in the business.
Nunn against Gordon. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Now Nunn. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Rockets leading by 12. Here's Gordon. Shoots over Dragic. Rebound by the Heat. Iguodala's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Dragic with the basket on the assist by Iguodala. Dragic has got 5 points so far. Gordon with it. 12 points for him. Pass to Karuch. Lays it up and banks it in.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Harkless. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Now here's Nunn. He's guarded closely. Moves back up, and he lays it up and in. Nunn's got his second bucket of the night.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
And here's Brown. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Goran Dragic. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And he knocks down the first one. So both teams changing it up here. And Brown drops them both. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for Miami. Down by 12. Pass to Nunn. .107 left in the third quarter. Yep, it counts. Nunn's got 4 points in the quarter.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
Now here's McLemore. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Dragic against Gordon. Here's Nunn, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Gordon with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Iguodala against Gordon. The Rockets again can't hit.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
A good look from Dragic. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Now just a 5-point Rocket lead.
He's letting someone else be the catalyst. Goran Dragic has been working on his catch-and-shoot game.
Second chance shot. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
And what I love, there was no panic on his part. That's the steady pulse you want in that situation.
Victor Oladipo getting it done for the Houston Rockets. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Heat trail by 7. You've got Gordon. He's out there with Oladipo. E.J. Tucker is out there with McLemore. And it's Tate in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Looking to get it going. He takes it up and lays it in. Hero's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Miami. To the inside. A nice shot by Tucker.
And when Oladipo makes passes like that, his team kicks into a whole new gear offensively.
Now, here's Achua. Defense right on him. Hero got it. Good job in the low post. Hero's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
The Heat trail by 5. Dragic the pass to Olynyk. And he comes up with the deuce.
Give Kelly Olynyk credit, sticking with the shot despite intense coverage.
So for the Rockets, Cousins comes in for McLemore, and it's John Wall in for Eric Gordon. Bam Adebayo is checked in for the Heat. Jimmy Butler comes in for Goran Dragic.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Now Oladipo. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. The Heat trail by 4. Hero passes to Butler. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
At 6'7", Jimmy Butler is no slouch down there on the block.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Butler nails both of them. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Robinson against Oladipo. It's good. Oladipo's got 12 points here in the second half.
And firing on all cylinders. Oladipo is hot and he knows it. Commanding the ball right now.
Hero passes to Butler. Misses from close range. Rockets leading by 4. Here's Cousins. Back to Wall. Here's Tate, and it's blocked.
A fearless big man. Olynyk isn't afraid to challenge opponents on their shots.
Shot clock at 5. The baseline J.
And after getting off to such a good start offensively in that first half, haven't been quite as efficient here in the second.
Shots good by Butler.
Everything's been working for Butler tonight. He's developing the identity of a superstar.
Wall passes to Oladipo. Outside, Wall. Here's Cousins. And Adebayo sends it back. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Passes to Hero. Dishes it to Robinson. It's stolen by Oladipo. All going up court. Here's Tate. Offensive rebound. A nice shot by Tucker.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunities.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Adebayo. There he goes again. That's his 9th straight basket. He's a perfect 9 for 9.
Bam is cooking right now. Once he flips this switch, he's tough to slow down.
Oladipo against Robinson. Basket counts. The Heat trail by 3. Outside, Robinson wants to get it to Butler and does.
Confidence, confidence. Jimmy Butler get to that spot, you won't be disappointed.
In so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Rockets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And Oladipo kicks to Wall. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. And the Rockets lead by 4.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Hero passes to Butler. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Robinson for 3, and the Heat another 3.
Great floor awareness there by Jimmy Butler, sensing one of his guys is open and gets it to him.
Back to Wall. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Wall's got 20 points.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Outside Butler. Here's Hero. And again, Miami with the triple.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Outside Wall. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 22. Miami's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. And the Heat call time here. Victor Oladipo really making a difference here.
You have to make it harder for him to score. Deny the ball, even double, whatever it takes to force someone else to beat you.
Sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. He said to them, that's the kind of effort we need to bring every night. We're right in this thing, but it's going to take sustained effort to close it out. Now let's bring it home. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Oladipo against Robinson. Oladipo dishes to Cousins. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Rockets lead by 2. Here's Hero. He kicks it to Robinson. Right side, Butler. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Robinson against Oladipo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
At the line for your Rockets, Victor Oladipo. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Oladipo. Oladipo hits them both.
And his work at the free throw line has been terrific tonight, making the most of his chances.
Here's Hero, covered by Wall. Hero passes to Robinson. Kicks it to Butler. Shoots over Tucker. Butler, no good. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Ball against Olynyk. Ball passes to Tucker. Down low. Here's Cousins. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists in the game. The Heat trail by 4. Robinson passes to Hero. Robinson with it. He's picked up by Wall. Hero, and he slams that one down.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum. I love how he's willing to sacrifice his body in there, giving maximum effort. That's what it takes on the defensive boards.
The Rockets shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. And the pass to Wall. Houston moving the ball around. Oladipo misses.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Wall against Butler. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
One shot.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Tyler Hero.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
On the free throw, no good. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Miami's on 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Adebayo against Wall. Here's Olynyk. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Adebayo's got 5 assists tonight.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Now here's Wall. Goran Dragic grabs the board.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
And Adebayo throws it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Timeout called the Rockets. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
The man has been relentless scoring inside, attacking the rim every chance he gets. Their defense has been powerless to stop him. We'll see what adjustments they make coming out of this timeout.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Bam Adebayo.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Cousins finds Oladipo. To the left wing. To halt the run. And it's Miami with the rebound. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Misses the three.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Ball passes to Oladipo. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Oladipo's got 8 here in the quarter.
Just sheer determination. The contact was there, but Oladipo showing real toughness gutting through it.
And the Heat call time here. double team on Adebayo. Looking for Oladipo. He gets it there. And it's Houston on the break. Oladipo's running. He feeds it to Tucker. And yes, it's good.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Miami's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Here's Butler. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
This is what they count on Bam for, ensuring the play gets finished.
Dragic against Wall. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Oladipo. Three-pointer. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 5 assists tonight.
And the touch Oladipo puts on his shots. So silky. He just glides it in from there.
Now here's Butler. And they double up Butler. And the dunk by Olynyk.
That's a veteran play by Kelly Olynyk. Helps his team with that bucket.
The Rockets trail. All with it. 56 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Great D that time from Adebayo. To the inside. No good on the shot. The Rockets go the other way with it. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Tate. Up again.
Stepping up, DeMarcus knows it's time to shine. Has the shot-making ability to come through.
Outside Butler. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they double up Butler. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so it's Houston with it. And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
So Oladipo will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. It's a one-point game. As he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he does get the second one. And that will put them up by 2. Now a timeout called by Miami. They're trailing by 2. 16 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
But I'm curious to see, will they go for a 2 to tie or a 3 to win it all?
Outside Butler. To the paint. Here's Robinson. Oh, off target.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. Johnson hits them both.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Outside Wall. Beyond the arc. The three won't fall. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. It'll be the Heat off the tip. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got P.J. Tucker, all out there with Gordon. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Tate in at the 3 spot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
When you try to defend this guy Goran Dragic, you got to remember he's a high-energy player. Those dudes, they tend to draw fouls.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. One is no good.
You know he wanted to knock down all his shots at the line, but he still did enough to put them in front.
And Butler sends it back.
On the prowl, Butler with the block shot.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
You have to pay attention to Butler when he's flying toward the basket for an alley-oop.
Pass to Cousins. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Shooting for Houston, DeMarcus Cousins. At the mark for 2.
The free throw drops for Cousins. And Cousins drops them both. The Heat with the lead. And here's Dragic. And Gordon over to help. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so the tip-off, it's Miami. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Stolen by Gordon. Here's Wall. That one rolling around and rims out. And it's Dragic with the ball for the Heat. They lead by 1. Robinson kicks to Dragic. Back to Robinson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Passes it to Dragic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Cousins comes over to help. Here's Olynyk. That's good from 17 feet away. And the Heat lead by 3.
Working over that mid-range area, Olynyk does a good job of finding soft spots in the defense.
Inside. Heat defended by Butler. Butler with the steal. For the finish. And it's Butler with the jam.
You need a big basket, you turn to Jimmy Butler. He's the first option in their offense.
And for Houston, they're shooting 43% from the floor. And there's the pass to Cousins. Back the Wall. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And this is why Coach trusts Wall in these situations. He has a knack for making the right play at the right time.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
Dragic against Gordon. A flawless finish on the alley-oop. Adebayo's got the lead up to 5 now for the Heat.
Oh my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Timeout called the Rockets. We're in overtime. If you just joined us, 2.5 minutes through it. Dragic against Wall. Pass to Cousins. Back to Wall. Count it, and the foul. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
What a great finish there from Wall. It's clear he doesn't fear anyone when he's looking to score.
That's good from Wall.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
The Heat have gone a perfect 4 for 4 on their field goal attempts in overtime. And Gordon over to help. Robinson for 3, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please. That's terrible.
Ball against Dragic. Ball passes to Cousins. And he makes that one. Cousins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They need points, trying to keep some momentum. Cousins understands the situation.
Pass to Butler. Trying to get open is Adebayo. And that one's good by Butler. Butler's got 37.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Tucker. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
And just taking pride in being their leader. These passes show Wall wants to make his teammates better.
Robinson. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And he recovers it. Rockets trail by 3. Gordon outside. Drops in the tray.
That's just great court recognition there. He saw the D pack in the lane on the break, so he calmly rolls up and drained the transition three.
Outside Dragic. And Gordon over to help. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him. Now here's Wall. To take the lead, feeds it to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Brute strength of Cousins. Defenders draped all over him, and he simply brushes them off.
He'd have gone 6 of 8 from the field in OT. They'd love to keep that percentage right where it is. Now here's Butler. He's covered closely.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Got it!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Now here's Butler. Outside Dragic. Olynyk in the corner. Here's Adebayo. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Timeout called the Rockets. They lead by 2. 29 seconds left in overtime. Heroes checked in for Miami. Five-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Wall. Shot clock at 6. On the wing, Tucker. Good!
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Timeout called, the Heat. They're down by 4. 3 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, pure desperation right now. Do you think there's enough time?
Robinson for 3. It's in! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And really the defense not organized on that inbounds play, and boy, did they pay the price with the triple.
And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much with DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus, physical challenge for you guys with another game coming tomorrow. What do you have to do to get ready with the quick turnaround?
Just rest up. It's part of the league. Back-to-back's a part of the league. So rest up and focus in and be ready for tomorrow. That's all I can do.
Hey, Boogie, nice job. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.